What is down, everybody? It is your main course, little pancake, and welcome back to another tier list video. Do you like bread? Well, if you like bread, then you're probably going to like this tier list because that's the only thing on it. I very much so enjoy bread. Okay, I would say bread is a top 5 food of all time. I mean, it's right up there with potatoes. We've got a bunch of different kinds of bread that we're going to be throwing into this tier list and having a good old time. You know, having a good old-fashioned time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, the first bread on the list is a bagel. I apologize if you can't read the words on the breads. It's probably too fuzzy for you because I zoomed in the thing. But, first one's a bagel. Bagels are okay. I don't have a huge appreciation for bagels. Like, I wouldn't open up a bagel restaurant and sell bagels because I don't like them that much. Sorry, I'm a little stuffed up today, so excuse my nasally voice. I'd give it a solid B tier. It's not the greatest thing that I've ever had before, obviously. But it's okay. You know, every now and then, bagel will be alright. Next up we have the Hawaiian Roll. Hawaiian Rolls they're alright. I like to put like a little sandwich in them. You know, put some turkey and some cheese and some mayonnaise on there or something like that. It's somewhat versatile. You know, you can use it as like that sandwich type thing. You can use it as just a straight up roll, right? With your dinner. That's about it. But it's still 2 uses, so that's something. I'm gonna give Hawaiian Rolls a B tier as well. They're not bad, but they're not great, you know. Next up we have Oatmeal Bread. I'm not a huge fan of oatmeal, so I'm not a huge fan of oatmeal bread either. It's just not really my cup of tea, per se. I'm gonna give it a D tier. Alright, next up we have Rye Bread. Now, I like rye bread, I'd say a little more than oatmeal bread. But I'd say probably a little less than a Hawaiian Roll. I'm going to give Rye Bread a C. Next up we have Brioche. Now, Brioche it's pretty good. If you've never had it, it's basically just, I don't even know how to describe it really. The majority of like brioche that I've had has been like a brioche bun on like a cheeseburger. And that's usually pretty good. I don't think it really, I think a sesame bun would be just as good probably. But it's still pretty good. I'm gonna give Brioche an A tier. Alright, next we have whole wheat bread. I don't like whole wheat bread. Something about it. I would prefer white bread over wheat bread. Whole wheat bread, a D tier with oatmeal bread. I just don't really like it. Alright, next up we have banana bread. Now, banana bread can be very good. Alright, if you got someone who knows how to make banana bread and they make you some banana bread, you get that stuff fresh out the oven, cut a slice, butter, into mouth. Whew, is it S tier? Yep, you know what? Yep, I'm putting banana bread S tier. I really like banana bread. Alright, next up we have cornbread. This is another thing that if you have someone who knows how to make it, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's S tier. If you got good cornbread, woo! Alright, next up we've got cinnamon bread. I've never been a huge fan of cinnamon bread. But I would say I'm kind of a small fan, you know? I'm kind of the fan that just watches them on TV every now and then. I'd say B tier for cinnamon bread. And next up we have a croissant. Play the Carl Weezer clip.
Yes. Are you going to finish that croissant?
Knock yourself out.
That's one of the greatest clips of all time. Something about croissant. It's very nice. I would give a croissant an A tier. I do like me a good croissant every now and then. They're somewhat versatile as well. You know, you can have a breakfast sandwich on it. You can put chocolate in it. You could put like caramel in it. All right, next up we've got a biscuit. Alright, a good old biscuit. Now I like me some biscuits. Alright, you put you some little Remember that apple butter on them biscuits, man? Shoot, you ain't got no problem at all. That's a good side dish for your meal right there, but you just put, you know, apple butter, strawberry jelly on that biscuit, man. I'll tell you what. She makes it, mom. I'm a fan of biscuits. I like my biscuits with maybe some honey on. I like honey on my biscuit, but I can't probably favorite thing probably be a good old blackberry jelly on that biscuit, man. Shoot, blackberry jelly, man. It's good. But homemade blackberry jelly, the only thing I'll eat, cause I don't like no that store-bought blackberry jelly. I'm gonna give biscuit a tart. I think that's pretty bad. I really like biscuit. You probably like biscuit too. Alright. Next up is yeast bread. So my mom, like a while ago, she would make bread. She liked making bread. I don't know. And I'm guessing that would be what we would refer to as yeast bread. I'd give yeast bread solid a B tier. Next up we have English muffins. I don't like English muffins. C-tier. Alright, next up we've got potato bread. I like potato bread, you know, again, usually what we see potato bread on is a potato roll, right? For a sandwich or a hamburger, cheeseburger, something like that. I'm a fan of potato bread. I'll probably put a B tier with the yeast bread. I feel like that's pretty nice. Alright, next up we've got cinnamon raisin bread. I don't mind raisins, just a straight up raisin on it by itself, you know. But I don't like raisins in things. Like an oatmeal raisin cookie, like, you know. Cinnamon raisin bread, I don't think it's as good as cinnamon bread. Right? I don't think that the raisins add anything. I think they subtract, which is why I'm putting it in C tier below cinnamon bread. Alright, next up we have flat bread. Flat bread is, it's decent. Okay, you know, a flatbread pizza or something, not bad. Not the greatest thing in the world. I'm probably gonna give flatbread a solid B tier. I don't really love it, you know. Next up we have a flour tortilla. Now this is just a typical tortilla. I don't see corn tortillas on this list, which corn tortillas would probably be an S tier. Flour tortillas I also really like. They're also pretty versatile, you know. Taco, burrito, enchilada, pizza, right? You can make a pizza on a tortilla, just put some cheese sauce, you know, whatever. Tortilla chips come from tortillas, right? I'm gonna give flour tortillas an A tier. I really enjoy a good flour tortilla. Alright, next up we've got sourdough bread. I like sourdough bread. I can't complain about sourdough bread. You know, it's sour, you know, it's kind of doughy. So I'd give sourdough bread an A tier, if I'm being honest. I do enjoy sourdough bread, you know, every now and then indulging in some sourdough bread. Alright, next up we have garlic bread. Easy S tier. Garlic bread is impeccable, alright? Something about putting garlic on bread, it just makes me feel good, like, inside. Alright, next up we have French bread. You know, French people really, I mean, what have they really brought us? French fries didn't come from France. French toast, I don't think came from France. It might have. Eiffel Tower right here is kind of disappointing. French bread, not incredible. I give it a B tier. Next up we have pita bread. Now, I'm a fan of pita bread, you know. I do enjoy a good pita. So there's this cheese. I don't remember what the cheese is called. But there's cheese that you can put on a pita and it tastes so good. Like, put the cheese on, put it in the oven for a little bit, get the cheese melted over it, and I really like also, you know, you can cut the pita into like little chips almost for dipping into stuff like crab dip or other dips. I give pita an A tier. I'm gonna be honest. I enjoy pita. Not that pita. Not that pita. This pita. No, not that pita. No, stop. The pita bread, okay? Chill out. Alright, and next up we have naan. What's the difference between pita and naan? I do not know, okay? I am unaware. So, I'm gonna put them in the same category. I like it just as much, I'd say. Alright, next up we have breadsticks. Now, I do like breadsticks very much. You know, a good breadstick can it can knock your socks off. You know, like every now and then I bite into a good breadsticks and I look down and I'm just barefoot. And I'm like, I had socks and shoes on. This doesn't make sense. Now my feet are in the public restroom. This is not good. Don't ask why I'm eating breadsticks in the public restroom. Keep your nose out of my business, okay? I'm getting breadsticks S tier. I feel like it's a great way to have bread. Next up we have pumpernickel bread. I don't hate pumpernickel, but I don't love it. You know, I'd say it's okay. It's not my favorite thing in the world, not my least favorite thing in the world. Probably a B tier. And next up we have zucchini bread. Now, I do like zucchini bread. It's basically the same thing as banana bread, but with zucchini. I don't like zucchini at all. But zucchini bread, I can get behind. I don't think it's as good as banana bread. I'm gonna put it A tier. I think it's slightly worse than banana bread, but still really good. Okay, next up we have pretzel bread. I do really like pretzel bread because I really like pretzels, and a good pretzel can just like blow you away. I'm gonna put pretzel bread solid A tier. Next up we have whole grain bread. Don't like whole grain bread very much. Basically the same as whole wheat. I'm putting it D tier. Just not a fan. And next up we have white bread. Now, white bread is good. It's versatile. It's in everyone's home somewhere. You know, you got a loaf of either Wonder Bread or Nature's Own or something like that. It's got a good foundation, okay? Now the building's a little shaky, but the foundation is there. I'm gonna give white bread an A tier. And then butter bread? There's two different things that say butter bread. This one's dark and this one's white. I don't know what the difference between these two is. I'd say probably equal. I'd say equal B tier. I like butter, so that would check out. Alright, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Take a picture, take a screenshot, show your mom, show your dad, show your grandma, show your aunt, show your dog. Your dog would probably be very interested in this tier list. That's the person who made it, Bami.io. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with, what your favorite bread is, what your least favorite bread is. Not a single F tier. I like bread. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will see all of y'all later.